Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Tonight's topic is going to be what is important to the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. And yes, it's another night video. I know you guys love them. I couldn't create one during the day because the weather was so beautiful here and I just didn't have the opportunity. So night video. What is important to the narcissist? Let's go back in time when you first met the narcissist. What was important to them back there, back in that period of time? I will tell you the first thing that was important to them was getting you hooked, getting you placed in that zombie-like, trance-like state, the narcissistic fog, having you fall in love with them, having you go into business with them, having you create a family with them, having you raise their kids, having you financially support them, having you relocate halfway around the globe, having your network and your support system blow up. All of these things and so many more were important to the narcissist because the narcissist uses the same playbook. These people are interchangeable. Doesn't matter what country they come from, what language they speak, or ethnicity or anything. The narcissist is one person and they are all around you. And what was important to them in the beginning when they first met you was to have you believe in the mask, and to have you become manipulated, and to have you lose your sense of self, to have you become an extension of them. They worked very diligently. They worked very hard in the beginning of the relationship. That's why there is a period called the love bomb, or the euphoric stage. That is the inception or the beginning of the relationship, and this is by design. You need to understand this. The narcissist uses the same tools, the same weapons. That's why they use gaslighting, stonewalling, silent treatment. But in the beginning of the relationship, it was imperative. Once they targeted you and they knew who they wanted to enter a relationship with, once they did that, they knew that they had to work very, very hard to get you to put your guard down, to get you to believe in the mask, to get you to believe that they were the most important person in your life, and to get you to drop virtually everything that you were doing and work for the narcissist. That's why in the beginning, this relationship was moving at light speed. It was moving so fast you couldn't even wrap your head around it. You went from an acquaintance to perhaps a friend to perhaps romance in a couple weeks / months time. Next thing you know, you're moving in with them. Fast forward a couple months later, maybe even you got married. I can't tell you, but these relationships move at light speed, and that is by design. Because what was important to them was to get you hooked on them as quickly as possible. Now, what was important to the narcissist during the second part of the narcissistic abusive cycle, which is the devaluation stage, what was important there is they had a supply source that they could pepper with abuse, pepper with gaslighting, with triangulation, instill the smear campaign upon this person. This was feeding the narcissist. It was you giving to a fault, being in the relationship, trying to get back to that euphoric stage. And of course, you never got back there. But the whole time you were working for the narcissist and trying to get back to the inception of the relationship, the narcissist was driving wedges between you and anything that mattered to you, which included your finances, your status, your health, your network of friends, your hobbies, the people you used to communicate with, perhaps neighbors. Everything was being decimated left, right, and center, and you could not wrap your head around it. And every once in a while, the narcissist would give you some fake adoration or fake love bombing or fake love, fake affection. That was to string you along because they knew what you were providing for them. They knew what was important to them was to keep you trapped in the devaluation stage as long as they possibly could, because they did not ever think you would figure them out, number one. Number two, they didn't ever believe that you would be smart enough to deduce that narcissism is prevalent on the planet. And number three, they never thought you would heal. But that is way down the road. I wanted to illustrate that to you to let you know that what was important to the narcissist during those first two stages of the relationship, it was all about the narcissist. It was all about smoke and mirrors. It was all about a relationship built on quicksand, on a house of cards, having you work as hard as you possibly could. And the narcissist every once in a while would tell you, yes, I love you. You're the yin to my yang. You complete me. You're my soulmate. They would do this on purpose, but did they ever feel that way? Of course not. The narcissist cares about one person, and it is themselves exclusively. But you were believing in the mask, and you were believing their words, and you were believing that eventually maybe you could change them, or they would go back to being the person that you fell in love with. This is all by design. So then, when the narcissist had extracted as much of your resources as possible, or when the narcissist had the new supply lined up and ready to go, essentially to take your place, this is what the narcissist wanted to do. They wanted to discard you, or they wanted the reverse discard, for you to end it, while the whole time they wanted you to end it because they were manipulating that whole relationship to a different level. That's for a different video. But the point is, the narcissist wanted the relationship to break. And when they wanted it to break, it was because your resources had become depleted or decimated. Your health took a hit. You weren't the person you used to be, and they already had somebody lined up to take your place that they believed, the narcissist believed, could get them to the next level. In other words, your job or your purpose was finished. It was completed. They no longer needed you. They no longer needed to wear the mask. They no longer needed to shower you with fakeness. This is when the mask slips on purpose. This is when the mask gets crashed to the ground. This is when the relationship comes crumbling down. This is when you can't wrap your head around what just happened. And at this point, you most likely did not even know what narcissism was. And the reason you didn't, because you weren't taught it in school, and you had no idea that narcissists were everywhere. Now, having said that, what the narcissist needed at that point is they needed to jump from your relationship to a new supply, because the new supply was the new shiny object, which at one point was you. If you really think about it, you were the new person in their life. You were the person that just believed you found gold and struck pay dirt and won the lottery, and you were in the best relationship of all time, because that again was by design. But what was important to the narcissist at this period was to inflict as much damage upon you, leave you reeling, leave you pining, thinking about them, having you not figure out what narcissistic abuse is, and having them go off into the darkness with the new supply. And they did this on purpose. They most likely discarded you if you were, and my heart goes out to you if you were. It most likely happened at a pivotal period of your life, which was maybe around one of your favorite holidays, your birthday, the birth of a child, the death of a loved one, a job loss, or when you just came down with a medical concern, or when your finances went to zero, or all of the above. Drop comments below if this resonates with you. But the narcissistic abusive cycle, it is a cycle of destruction, and it just goes around in a loop. It's constant. The only thing that changes in the narcissistic abusive cycle is the target that the narcissist is going after. And at one point, you were the main target. You thought you were in a loving, stable, kind, healthy relationship. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could have been further from the truth. That relationship that you are now no longer a part of, it almost took you down for the count, but it didn't. And the narcissist went on to the new supply, trying to inflict as much damage to you as possible. That is why, let me jump in this part. If you are divorcing the narcissist, or you have divorced the narcissist, drop comments below if you're comfortable with that. But think about, did the narcissist divorce you on good terms? Like, did they have things go at light speed or quickly? No, they want to drag this out as long as possible. They want to continue to twist the knife, and they want to cause as much damage to not only you, but your immediate family members, maybe even your extended family members, maybe your acquaintances, your friends, maybe other people that you don't even know about. They want to inflict as much damage as they can. That is why divorcing the narcissist is one of the most challenging things to get accomplished. Now, again, you need to understand that the narcissist knows what they're doing. They cannot change. They only deteriorate over time. They interchange people the way you change your socks. They cannot fall in love. They have no empathy, and they will only get worse, worse, and worse over time. Now, the next thing that was important to the narcissist is when they had the new supply lined up, that they still kept tabs on you. Not always, but at times. They still had their flying monkeys or their minions or their trolls flying all around you, maybe buddying up with you or acting like they care about you. This is perhaps before you even knew what narcissism was. And the flying monkeys were reporting back to the narcissist how you were looking, your health, are your finances returning, or you're going on vacation, or what you're doing. And this is all by design again, because the flying monkeys, what they are, and they don't realize it, is they potentially could be the next target. But what they do is they like drama, and they like confusion and chaos, just like the narcissist. So what they do many times is they will report back information to the narcissist. And that was what was important to the narcissist at that period of time, to see if you did heal, to see if you did become awakened and aware, educated and empowered, to see if you did figure out that they were a narcissist or a toxic person. You see, the narcissist is a shapeshifter. They do not ever want to be discovered. They do not want to be revealed. They do not want to be exposed. And again, I am not suggesting you expose the narcissist. I am suggesting that you focus on yourself. Let them create their own bubble of destruction, because it will consume them eventually. It just cannot consume them with you in it any longer. But what the narcissist thought was important, it was always about them. It was never about you. It's not about the new supply. It's not about the former person they were with before you. The narcissist is a energy vampire. They're a walking, ticking time bomb. They are a destruction mechanism waiting to go off. This is the life of the narcissist. That's why they need people to regulate themselves, because the narcissist can't sit still and they cannot be alone in their own mind. That is why they're always on the go. That's why they have multiple smartphones. That's why they're on dating apps. That's why they're on social media left, right, and center. And no, not everybody that's on social media is a narcissist. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the narcissist needs new shiny objects, which include people, pets, cars, jobs, promotions, accomplishments, anything they can get their hands on. And at one point, you were the main target. You were the main purpose for their supply source. Now, again, I need you to understand that what is important to the narcissist, it's always about them. It's always been about them. It was never about you. You thought you were in a loving, stable, kind, healthy relationship, working towards the same things that the narcissist wanted. What you didn't realize is that that's what you were doing. The narcissist the whole time was trying to sabotage you, anything that mattered to you, and that relationship. That is why these relationships cannot be sustainable. That is why they all have an expiration date. It is simply a matter of time whether you wise up and you end it yourself, or the narcissist discards you. Or the third answer there would be you stay trapped in the narcissistic fog and you don't even know what's going on. You never get the wisdom, which leads me to another point. You should be fortunate and blessed that you are getting the wisdom, because most people sincerely do not find the needle in a haystack. They don't type in a browser or a search engine or on YouTube, spouse won't talk to me. And then they don't go down the rabbit hole of exploration and of education. You are fortunate you're in the community. You are becoming educated and empowered, awakened and aware. And that is something the narcissist not only doesn't want you to do, but they never thought you would figure it out, but you did. And so now, present day, as you're consuming the video and I'm creating it, what is important to the narcissist? That they understand that you no longer will tolerate their poor behavior. You catch the wisdom, you apply the tools, you go no contact with them, you block them, you delete them, you remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. You do not go backwards. You do not take a step backwards. You do not let the narcissist back in the door. You do not entertain communication with them or anybody from that period of time. Now, I need you to understand one thing. Again, we are all on the healing path, headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps. Perhaps right now, today, you're in a vulnerable position. I get it. If you're still in communication with the narcissist, I get it. Maybe today is not the day that you're gonna go no contact. It's fine. But you need to understand that you need to have an exit plan. You need to have a plan to execute, and that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. It's not the narcissist. It has never been the narcissist. You were the pawn, the punching bag, the puppet. You were the walking apology. You were the sounding board. You were the person who did everything for the narcissist back then, but no longer do you do that, should you do that, or will you do that? You now come first, second, and third, and you are now headed towards that pinnacle of indifference, that mountaintop of indifference, or you've reached it. And if you have, drop comments below. But what was important to the narcissist when you first met them? It wasn't what was important to you. It was pretty much the exact opposite. There are a couple exceptions to the rule. If you provided a lot of money for them, well, that was important. And if you were the person with the job, yes, you needed to keep that job because you needed to provide a lifestyle for the narcissist, and they kept taking your money left, right, and center. And eventually you end up probably with not only with not that job, but with a mountain of debt. And this is all by design again. So the narcissist's ideas and what they want, what's important to them, many times they are shifting and changing depending on where the person is in the cycle with them. But it is always about the narcissist. It was never about you. It is never about the new supply. It's what they can take from people, which was you. It is the new supply, and it will be the new supply after this new supply. The cycle just goes on and on and on. It goes in an endless loop like that, but it must go on without you. Because the narcissist can't change, they can't introspect, they won't be accountable, and they will never own up to what they did. They will never own up to how they tried to decimate your life. And they succeeded for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. It sincerely was, but no longer do you tolerate behavior such as that, because you now see through the mask. You can identify a narcissist or a toxic person from a mile away. You can look and read a room just by watching how people's body movements are or how their words are spoken. You see, you're now awakened and aware. That's something the narcissist never thought you would accomplish, but here you are. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the about to be rainy Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. And what was important to the narcissist, it didn't matter. Your relationship was going to end no matter what. And I know I'm not trying to upset you, but every narcissistic relationship not only has an expiration date, but it's all contingent upon what the narcissist wants. If they saw something that could satiate their cup and it wasn't you, they go on to the new supply so easily and effortlessly. It's like they never cared. The reason why that is because they never cared, and they certainly do not care about the new supply. They don't care about anybody on the planet but themselves. But again, this will all catch up to them one day if it has not already. I love you all. God bless you. And it's about to rain, so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye, you guys.